Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my recipe for 3 different types of truffles: cinnamon truffles, mocha truffles, and plain chocolate truffles. So we are going to start out with 8 ounces of chocolate along with 1 tablespoon of butter, and into that bowl we are going to add 1/2 cup of boiling cream. And you want to let this sit for a little bit just until everything begins to melt, and then you want to stir it until everything is smooth. So what we are making right now is a very thick ganache, and ganache is a fat in water emulsion. So it basically is when the tiny droplets of cocoa butter from the chocolate and the droplets of buttermilk from the cream become dispersed and they are suspended. And then we are also going to whip these so that we can aerate and make the ganache light and fluffy. This makes it less dense and rich when you are eating the truffles. So then I just separated my ganache into 3 separate bowls. I added some cinnamon and a little bit of cayenne pepper to the cinnamon truffles, and I added about a 1/4 teaspoon of espresso powder to the mocha truffles. So then I just used a small cookie scoop. This one's about a tablespoon, and I just scooped out each of the different flavors of truffles. I made sure to keep them separate so I knew which ones were which, and then I cooled them, and I also gently rolled them with my hands. You want to be sure to wash your hands a lot when you're working with truffles because they never get cooked. So then I started to prepare them. And so basically what you want to do is you want to dip them into some melted chocolate, get a nice thin layer, and then you're going to roll it in whatever you would like the truffle to be covered in. You could also just roll the truffle directly into whatever you want to cover it with, if it's something like cocoa powder or cinnamon, because it will stick to the ganache. But if you are doing something like pistachios, which is what I did for the plain truffles, it will not stick to the outside, so it's just good to have that chocolate. And so what I did was, for the cinnamon and cayenne truffles, I put some cinnamon sugar on the outside. For the mocha truffles, I did cocoa powder, and then for the plain chocolate truffles, I did pistachios, crushed pistachios. According to kitchen legend, truffles were invented in the 1920s by accident when a French pastry chef was trying to make pastry cream, but he spilled his hot cream into a pile of expensive chocolate, and then he found that he could roll them and shape them into truffles and that they tasted really good. So that is how truffles came to be. So as you can see here, I've got my 3 different types. They are very satisfying. They're nice and bite-sized, but they definitely have a richness to them because of that good, expensive chocolate. Thank you so much for watching. As always, the recipe will be in the description below, as well as on my website, bakingwithbrie.com. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video so you don't miss any in the future, and leave any suggestions in the comments below.